Cleburne and Milwaukee salvage a game in their series, and Lincoln takes 2 of 3 in Sioux City. Welcome to the American Association Whiparound on this Memorial Day, a packed Sunday of baseball to recap for you today. Let's start the action off in Lake Country. The Monarchs going for the sweep over the Dockhounds, but Lake Country would explode late in this one. Pat DeMarco here in the bottom of the 4th with 1 of 2 home runs for him on the day to give the Dockhounds the lead. And then later on in the 6th, Nick Banks, second straight game with 3 runs batted in. He clears the bases with a double here, and the Dockhounds go on to cruise by a final of 11-2. Let's go to Cleburne now. Game 6, and the Dogs took the first 5, but finally the Railroaders would slow them down. This is Riley Smith, 7 strong innings, just 1 run, 5 hits allowed, 4 strikeouts, and offensively in the bottom of the 4th, Brian Klein drives home run number 4 for Cleburne. They're going to go on to win this one by a final of 6-3 to salvage a game in that long, tough series for Cleburne. To Milwaukee now, where Fargo-Moorhead won the first 2 games, but another great pitching performance here. Christian Young, 6 strong innings, just 3 hits, no earned runs, 9 Ks for the right-hander. And the 6th is when the Milkmen exploded offensively. Drew Ward kicks things off with an RBI single here, and then Roy Morales later on with a 2-run double to put the Milkmen up 8-0. They would go on to win by that final and take Game 3 of the weekend set. To Gary now, where the Cougars already handed the Railcats their first series loss this season, but in the bottom of the 1st, LG Castillo gets Gary on the board with an RBI ground out, and later on in the 3rd, it's Jesus Mariaga driving one out to right and bringing home the Railcats' 3rd run. They're going to go on to win 3-2 and salvage a game in this set. To Winnipeg now, interesting game between the Goldeyes and Canaries. Luis Ramirez didn't start this game. He came in the 3rd, but he finished it. 7 strong innings, 5 hits, just 2 runs, and 10 strikeouts for the star right-hander. And then we're going to go to the 7th. This is how Winnipeg takes the lead. A balk brings home Najee Gaskins into score, and the Goldeyes win a strange one by a final of 3-2. To Sioux City now, where the finale between the Salt Dogs and Explorers and Lincoln would go up big early. Aaron Takix here in the top of the 1st, bringing home 2 more runs in the opening frame to put the Salt Dogs up 3-0. 1 more in the top of the 3rd here, thanks to Matt Goodhart, sneaking an RBI single just past the diving second baseman to put the Salt Dogs up 4-3. Sioux City would bring it within 1, but Stephon Moore closes it out with a 2-inning save with 3 strikeouts. Lincoln wins 4-3. Here's your final scores again from Sunday. 4 teams avoiding sweeps over the weekend, and Lincoln and Winnipeg both winning their series as well. In the East, Chicago, despite the loss, sitting on top of the league with their 11-4 record. Gary 2 games behind them, and Cleburne and Milwaukee following them. In the West, Sioux City still on top by just a game over Fargo-Moorhead. Kansas City and Winnipeg tied for 3rd, back just 2 games. Today, we've got one day game for you on this Memorial Day between Lake Country and Kane County. A doubleheader, a scheduled doubleheader between Milwaukee and Gary, and then a couple of night games in Lincoln and Cleburne as well. You can catch all the action at aabaseball.tv or get your tickets at aabaseball.com. No whip around tomorrow, so enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day, and I'll be back with you on Wednesday to recap the start of new series. I'm Matt Yeazel for the American Association, where we play to win.